Good morning, kids. Inverted Cow here. Just figured I'd do a little touch up, show everybody around things of what's going on, that kind of stuff. I know I'm a little late on doing some of these videos. I'm trying to get caught up, so please be patient. I know this is like video number 4, and I'm still working on video number 2 at this moment. Um, so let's see here. Uh, we had a Steve's Cart tree farm going, which I'm standing on, and the train the train
There you go.
okay, there we go. The Steve's Cart Farm. It's the reason I don't tell people that, dear. uh,
Steve's Cart Farm.
as you can see, I work on a server full of jokers. The train disappeared one day, just vanished, gone, poof. I don't know what happened to it. And it was producing lots of trees, but I really don't need that much. So I switched over to using just the harvesters on a 3x3 plot. I have a harvester doing oak trees, and I also had one. This was an older one that I had set up doing rubber trees. Now, of course, the other rubber trees don't drop as many saplings, and I keep running out of them. Um, but this was actually both types of rubber trees. The problem is the oak trees are harvesting the rubber trees, and I got to keep moving this farm around until I can get it working. I have set it up over there, but it harvested my apple orchard, which really didn't make me happy. And for some reason, my wheat seeds keep disappearing as well. They're not going where they are. I'm using logistics pipes, but they're not working. Now, I tried planting cotton down here, and of course, it doesn't look like the fruit picker's picking the cotton at all. It might be, but I'm just not seeing it. But it doesn't look like it. So, live and learn. Let's see. We'll fly over here a little bit. As you can see, we made solar boilers. Just this was an experiment. I made 2 large solar boilers sitting on the water. All the mirrors I could, like I got more mirrors than it said I was supposed to be able to max out with. So I've got as many mirrors as I can around 2 solar boilers. These are 3 boilers stacked high. They produce squat. Don't ever use these for anything. They don't produce enough steam to do a thing. Garbage. Um, but I was having a steam moment. I figured I'd try a few things. Because that's part of the game, right? You learn, try stuff and learn, try stuff and learn. Oh, man. Yes, of course, I'm still fighting lag, so patience. Patience over worry. You got it. So the next thing I did is, because I was running the apple orchard, I put in a squeezer and biofuel uh, engine here. This sucks um, apples in, squeezes the apples. This ferments them using mulch. I was doing compost. I actually set up a machine to do compost, but I had so much of this crap running around that I was getting overwhelmed, so I started using mulch. Um, so the apples actually can be done just by themselves to make all the biofuel you need. Just literally one squeezer will produce enough mulch to keep one um, uh, the heck do you call these things? One fermenter going. This one I'm using fertilizer, but they both work. The fermenters work slow. The big problem, of course, I keep running into is I don't have saplings or plant matter, so there's always something you need. Um, it's tedious, but it works. Actually, and if you go with the fuel, I set up one for coal. I burned through 3 barrelfuls of coal, charcoal, and coal coke in 2 days, just running these steam engines. So um, this is good if you have a massive coal production facility or charcoal production facility. Otherwise, the amount of energy required to make it run is less. This is a single fuel boiler on with a high pressure tank on it. The ethanol from my production, even as limited as it is, actually still keeps this boiler filled. It doesn't burn through that much. Whoops, I'm falling in the water. That's fun. However, one boiler doesn't produce enough steam to really run that many motors. I actually have way too many motors on here than I need. I'm running 4 and they're running real slow. I could probably turn off 2 of them if I wanted to get in behind them and break the damn switches. Because apparently these motors don't work without switches. So yeah, that's okay. I mean, I produce more than enough power now to keep all my systems charged. I put this battery on last night and it was completely empty and it's fully charged. The other problem I ran into is, as you can tell, the lag on this base is phenomenally slow. Like, it's sick. It turns out logistics pipes, Buildcraft pipes, all these things, they produce a lot of entity usage, and this lags the system just absolutely sick lag. I was over at another player's base and he is strictly AE. And well, you're probably looking at a new AE convert, because honestly, there's 2 things I don't like about AE. One is the interface. When you interface with it, you can only pull out stacks and part stacks and stuff like that. And the expense, it is ridiculously resource heavy. That being said, I have found a way to hook the AE network and the logistics pipe and Buildcraft pipes together, so I can actually use our standard requester table to interface with an AE network. This is actually hooked into 2 AE networks at this time, in addition to the my existing network of pipes and plumbing and stuff that I've done. So eventually going to be replacing a lot of this with AE. Now right here this makes the ultimate hybrid solar panels. It takes about 15 minutes to make one, so it's a order it and walk away, come back later and get it thing. I really like the way these work. However, that being said, you can hook these things up in the AE network to actually run all crafting off of only a few machines, instead of needing like 1 machine for every step of the crafting thing as you need with lag pipes here. You can use the AE network to actually produce everything. You just teach it what it has to do and away it goes. So I am kind of really sold on that concept. The other thing that we've done, Mouse and I have done, is we've actually hooked up a bank. This is, like I said, this is hooked into 2 AE networks, and they all work together to provide inventory for the bank. It's hooked into my inventory here as well, so I mean that helps. Now I'm going to lag over to the Twilight Forest, and then I'll pick up there. Okay, here we are, kids. We're back. I'm in the Twilight Forest now, and this is what we have set up. Mouse and I and a couple of the other people on the server here have set up these ATMs, we're calling them. They're automated teller machines. These are all hooked up into the inventory that I was showing you. My inventory, the crafting grid that I have set up, as well as a few other AE network inventories. We have an Ender chest. This is just a standard Ender storage chest that we can just throw whatever into, and it goes back into inventory. Saves us a lot of grief. But we also set up the crafting table, the requester tables, I mean. There we go. Now we click into the requester table, and again we have full access to every item in the thing. The thing I like about these requester tables is the interface is a lot more user friendly, and you can order singles of stuff. You don't have to order like a whole stack. So if I wanted just one torch, for example, I could just order one torch. Now here's that Ultimate Hybrid solar panel that I had set up. Like I said, it's a 15-minute cooking, crafting item. It takes a while to make. I haven't put too many seed things on anything or like that, so yeah, it's a complicated process. I also make most of the stuff for my flight suit because honestly I keep dying and for some reason it vanishes. Disappears, never comes back, never see it again, don't know what goes on.
You don't have a charm of keeping.
Even with the charm of keeping. The uranium cells I set up for my nuclear plant that I don't use very much anymore. With the hybrid solar panels, they produce more power. One of these produces more power than the nuke consistently. So honestly, if it's given the choice, solar panels over nuke, it's worth it. These are great for a power boost. You throw in 4 quad uranium cells and fire it up for about 3 hours and it's good. But that's all you get. So I mean, it'll charge batteries or whatever, and that's about it. So I don't use it that much anymore. We're not really mining, so it's kind of beneficial. Now the setup for these, believe it or not, it's incredibly simple. I'm actually going to show what I can do. I actually have one in my pocket. If I get the right pocket here. Give me number 7. There we go. As you can see, the non-stop lag on my piece of junk computer. If anybody wants to give me a good Christmas present, I can give me a nice computer. Something that's hooked up to a high-speed internet that actually works. Okay, here's all it takes to hook one of these things up. Put your requester table down, an item tesseract, select your frequency, leave it on send receive. Snap a basic logistics pipe on the thing, and as long as the pipes go green, bang, instant hookup. And full setup to the whole thing. This is what I like. The AE network, this is the second thing I don't like about the AE network, is you cannot run remote locations. Like I can throw this down on a build way over there in another dimension, nowhere, anywhere, doesn't matter. And I have instant access to everything I can craft and build. I can also use the remote requester. Unfortunately, the remote requester works only in the overworld, where the dimension where the pipe is actually set up. So I can't hook the remote order up and request items in this world because it just gives me this wicked error that says I don't have enough energy. Then of course some days it makes a liar out of me. So I'm not sure if maybe it's just because I have a requester table and a tesseract hooked up here or not, or whatever, but there we go. So now it made a liar out of me, because the last time I tried it, it didn't work. So I actually have a pocket ATM right in my pouch, so that kind of helps.